What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew 2. And well, as you guys know, I am doing a video on the best car in every single class in the game, so stay tuned for that. So in this video, I'm going to be doing the drag race class, which I'm sure most people already know what the best car is going to be in this class. But I'm going to explain why I actually chose the Corvette Stingray, and I'm also going to do an escape with it that was also in a lot of summits. And well, unfortunately, escapes are not in the games anymore, and I will get into that in a little while. But guys, getting right into it, so why is the Stingray my favorite vehicle? Well, honestly, this car is pretty much the best in every aspect, in my opinion. I know a lot of people have been using the new vehicle that was added, which is right here, the Inferno Edition. I've been noticing more and more people have been using these on speed traps. This car is actually really fast and does over 400 miles an hour. Although when I drive it, sometimes it's a little weird and it doesn't accelerate fully, which is kind of weird, and it like struggles a little bit. And I know that could be an issue, and it has a lot of wheel spin as well when you're lifting off, which also can be a big issue. When it comes to the other cars in this class, though, I really haven't driven a lot of these, and I don't think I will honestly use them at all unless I have to in a summit race. Most of the drag cars do over 300, obviously, with Nitro Chemist, 350. Very common with them. Some only do like 360, like I believe the Viper struggles around 360, 370. Can't really go much faster than that, and then obviously I know some people are using the GTR. Even the muscle cars here are pretty decent. But like I said, I don't use any of them. I only use the Corvette because honestly, the Corvette just seems to own. And whenever there's a speed trap, you're going to go in the speed traps and summits and you're going to see like 40 people in lines with Corvettes because why not, right? It's a train. Everyone do like 450 and get really high scores. But getting right into it, so if you guys are wondering what parts you want to run on your drag car, I was going to make a video about parts, which I might do as well. Like best parts in each class and stuff like that. But guys, the drag class, guys, I highly recommend you guys go after Pure and Frenetic. Now, I know on the escapes you're going to want to use extra pump, but obviously the escapes are not in the summits anymore, so I don't really think that's going to matter too much, guys. So I am running the Nitro Chemist full here, obviously, with Pure and Frenetic on all the parts. I have not really used extra pump, because I'm not going to lie, I actually do not have an extra pump set for this car yet. I may try to get one, but honestly, you really don't need it now that they're only doing speed traps. You're not going to need an extra boost of nitrous doing a speed trap. Not really going to need that because in the drag cars, obviously, it goes all the way down and then has to replenish all the way back up. With extra pump, it does replenish faster, which would have been useful on escapes, but they're not in the summits anymore, so there's really no point. So if you're going after a chemist set for the drag car, I recommend going after Pure and Frenetic with the chemist set there. Luckily, the drag events are not too long, and they're normally just a couple of minutes, and you can get the parts and all that. Loot Digger might be pretty useful. That's actually what I used before I had my chemist set there. Helped tremendously. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump right into one of the escapes right now with this car and talk a little more about this. So, guys, I'm now at one of the escapes with the drag car here, and I'm going to show you guys why everyone uses this car so much on certain events here, especially the speed traps. Honestly, the Corvette is just so dominant in so many things. It's kind of insane. So, getting right into the map here, we are obviously downtown LA here. This is one of the escapes that was in a lot of summits. If you are wondering why the escapes are not in the summits anymore, that is because, well, people were exploiting them. A lot of offers, summits you had to use drag cars and hypercars. So I think Ubisoft just kind of got tired of that and they removed them for now until they can figure out something else. So now, guys, I'm going to run this escape real fast here, and then I'm actually going to do a actual drag race, just to show you guys with this car on why I think it's so good. So getting right into it, guys, some of the reasons why I like the Corvette so much and why I think so many people are using it. Well, guys, not only is this car very fast, but I think what also gets it ahead of the competition is it's also very, very stable. I noticed at high speeds, sometimes some of the other cars would struggle, like the Nissan when I was driving that thing a little bit, the 370Z. That thing was kind of weird, and it would, like, when I hit a bump with it, it would literally lose itself so bad in some of the races you can get in the summit. I noticed it was kind of struggling, so I was like, no wonder why so many people are using the Corvette. Like, once you guys actually start driving the other drag cars, you're like, wow, the Corvette really is the king right now. The Inferno definitely messed it up a little bit. I think that car actually gave it a little run for its money, and that car is actually pretty decent, but I still think this car is better. One of the main issues I have with the Inferno is it honestly just spins too much when you're driving it, and that could be a big issue when trying to do better on these. So obviously, like, going off-road, these cars don't really do much. But as you see right here on this run, I'm doing a quick little escape right now. This one was actually in a lot of summits. Getting onto a straight road here, you can actually hit your nitrous. You want to be kind of careful with it, obviously. So as you see, Nitro Chemist down there, I'll zoom in on that as well to show you how long your nitrous actually lasts. Is kind of crazy. It's honestly insane, guys. So as you'll notice, I am also going around the corners in this car at a pretty quick speed. Kind of weird when some of the speed traps have turns. You got to be able to go around the turns at decent speed and like shoot out of them. I think that's another reason why so many people use the Corvette, because this car seems to be able to come out of turns really well, which is kind of interesting because it's a drag car. But this is like probably one of the best handling drag cars in the game. Like, I just haven't found one that does better than it. And like I said, for some reason the stability on this car is just so much better than other vehicles. It's kind of crazy. and I think that's why so many people are really running it. And not only that, but the car obviously feels good when driving it, and I haven't really found another drag car that is like this one. So there is the Escape right there, guys. Now I'm going to jump into a drag race to talk about this thing a little bit more. Figured I would jump into a quick little drag race here to show this thing more, because honestly, like I said, the Escapes really aren't used anymore, so it's hard to show this thing off there. Like I said, I was using some of the other drag cars in some of the other events, and some of the longer drag races, obviously it helps if you have somebody there to slipstream, but if you're a solo player, you're going to want like the best vehicle you could possibly use on that. And well, some of the other cars just struggle, and as you'll notice when using the Nitro Chemist here, like you just speed up so much insane, and I just hit 392 there. So if you accelerate a little more, you'll get a little higher of a top speed. It really depends on when you want to hit your nitrous there. But 10.5 is pretty decent with this car, guys, and like I said, I am by myself, so that doesn't make a difference there. That is just one of many reasons why, guys, I would choose the Stingray over so many cars. Like if there's a speed trap, honestly, I'm picking the Stingray every time, because I just get so many good launches with it, and when you're actually on one of those little roads, this car seems able to get itself up to speed so much faster. I think that's very, very important. Being able to do like 380, 390, as you said, just hit 400 right there on that run. Being able to do like 370, 380 on one of those speed traps by yourself would be super important, especially if you can't train with like 5 other Corvettes in a line and get like 400 miles an hour. You guys will also notice how stable this car is when I'm actually using it. Like it's insane, it doesn't move at all. When I hit with some of the bumps with like the 370 and stuff like that, that car would literally fly off the road. It would lose all of its traction and have a lot of issues. I had a bad start there, but overall, guys, like I said, this car is incredible, and I highly recommend giving the Stingray a shot. The only time you guys might not be able to use the Stingray in one of the drag events, obviously, is if you have to use a different type of vehicle, whether it's like Japanese or like United States, something like that, which you obviously could use a Corvette. Unless like a specific race for that said vehicle, then you won't be able to run the Stingray, guys. But anyway, here is my build on the Stingray right here if you guys want to try this thing out. I highly recommend it. This thing is amazing on the speed traps. Thank you guys so much for watching.